Oh, I hate that. No, stop it. Oh, no, I hate that. I hate that the most. No. I hate that. No, that made me the most uncomfortable because I hate that noise. I hate the sound of someone like aggressively banging on a door, doing a doorknob or running. Like at first I thought it was footsteps, someone chasing. But it was just someone like banging on a door, but it's an invisible, it's a little ghost somewhere banging on the door, and then she got to the door, they're at the front door now. Oh my god, it's just banging. Oh, that does keep me up at night. The idea that, imagine if you're just like, you live alone, you're in a condo like me, you're asleep, and then all of a sudden you just hear banging on the door and you look and no one's there. I'd just jump off my balcony, to be honest, because that means you're possessed.
Which included Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Dude.
Look closely here at his eyes. Watch how they get green and enlarge, while the priest asks him questions. The people in the room said his skin started to split and boil, and that he would spit from his mouth, and when it hit his shirt, it would turn to blood. This exorcism, they said, was a success, and life got good for him for a while. He wrote a book about the ordeal, and once again started dabbling back into the occult. One night, the Warrens got a message on their answering machine to come out and see Frenchie. It was an emergency. When they returned,
something happened to Frenchie. But like watching his exorcism, you can see his face getting redder and redder and his eyes getting greener and greener. That's terrifying. It's like so calm and eerie. And this is the real footage. Also, Frenchie is the guy, he was in The Nun, you know, the one, the movie, The Nun. But I think they exaggerated him in that. That wasn't like his real story. This, like, he was like a farmer, he got possessed, don't know why. Can't quite remember why he got possessed. Props played with a Ouija board and made a pact with the devil. But he seems gooch now, right? He's props dead. He has to be dead. But Ed and Lorraine sorted him out, gave him a good old exorcism, and look at him. What else is going on?
Okay guys, look closely.
Jesus.
The ghost doesn't just move the paper towel roll, it literally is swinging the lights. Watch this video again and see if you can see it. Click the plus icon for daily ghost videos.
Okay, well, this video will keep me up tonight just because of this dude. I didn't know where to look in that woman's kitchen, but I guess the light was swinging. What triggered me was when he was like, guys, and I was like, off, I wasn't expecting you. Knock first, you know? That was quite triggering. I don't like that. Didn't like that jump scare. Oh, I was like, what goat? I see it now. Holy, look at that goat. It's walking like a person. It's like, and the chickens were following it. That, you know what that is? That's just not a regular goat. That's Black Phillip from the movie The Witch. And it's like, come on, chickens. We're gonna do some dark magic in here. Because Black Phillip was the demon in the body of a goat. And the goat is very symbolic. Because, for a reason, like demons and goats, they're the same. And there's a reason for this. I just can't give it right now, because I don't know. I just have pieces of information, and I'm gonna put it out there, and then you guys can give me the full story. But there's something about goats, and there's something about demons.
Look at the doll.
Oh, that's not a doll, that's a f***ing child. Oh. Nah. You can't tell me that's a doll. That looked like an app. That was a human child who moved her head, but it did kind of look like a doll. I don't know. I'm choosing to say it's a child. Otherwise, that's creepy. That's like Annabelle the doll. Lock that inside of a box and throw some holy water on it, because that's cursed.
The roller coaster started. The park guests enjoyed the ride, but at the end when the lights flashed, the red-headed man disappeared. He spoke with a cast member about it, and they told him he was the only one in that row.
Ooh.
That guest might have just had an encounter with a ghost nicknamed Mr. One Way. People say he interacts with guests in the line, rides with single riders, and even has appearances in the cast locker room. Surveillance footage even picked up some strange images that might be evidence of Mr. One Way.
Well, I kind of saw him. I've seen that clip before, Mr. One Way. He must have died on the ride, and then he's like, now I'm doomed to haunt this ride for the rest of my life. Imagine dying on a roller coaster and then you just have to live there forever, dead. Just riding the ride that killed you. Unless it's a choice and he just like wants to haunt a theme park, which is like pretty cool, to be honest. Always riding the rides, free admission. But I saw a very triggering video the other day that made me quite scared of rides. Now, I love rides and I want to go to Canada's Wonderland, but I saw this video of someone on a ride and it was one of these, you know the ones, Chris, where it's like a row and they go like that. Yes, the front wasn't, the front thing wasn't in properly, and so every time they went up, it started tilting back, and then all these people had to come and hold down the front of the ride so that it wouldn't tip over.
When I was like the 5th grade, I had a buddy with the C&E who was on those rides, those swing rides.
Yeah.
They broke off and they sued them. They got like a
good.
hose.
Well, that's the thing. I think this one that I saw was a fair, like as well. It's all the fair rides. Anything that travels and they have to like screw in, don't trust them because they do that fast and sometimes they don't do a good job.
The door, and I've come into this. Smashed mug.
Oh no.
On my floor. Cupboard open. Someone is in trouble. Dave, Andy. I'm going to check back on the CCTV because hopefully it would have picked up what's happened. I mean, the CCTV is only there. There. So, it should have picked up. Hopefully, I mean, the cupboard's there. I think it's in shot.
Oh. That's it? Okay. What am I even reacting to? It's TikToks, right? I love that there's no resolution. It feels like there's supposed to be another video. But what's happened here is that this man's mug is smashed on the floor, as he would say. I mean, it just sounds like how I would say it. It's like, my mug's smashed on the floor. Actually, he's more London. I can only do Northern. My mug's smashed on the floor. His mug's smashed on the floor, okay? And he's real upset, but thank God for us, he's got CCTV in his kitchen so he can take a look. But did we get to take a look with him? No, we didn't. So we will never find out what happened to that mug that's smashed on the floor. We can only assume it's a demon. That is the answer to everything right now. Because this is TikToks that will keep you up tonight. And that smashed mug is going to haunt my dreams because I'm not going to know what happened, you know? I've got no answers, so I'm going to think about it when I go to bed tonight.
Yet another creature from the Pripyat River that looks like a fish, but has really big teeth and an uncommon skull shape. At first glance it looks like a sci-fi monster. Scientists failed to classify the unknown specimen, so they supposed that the fish had mutated in such an ugly way after an exposure to a huge dose of radiation.
Who wants some sushi, am I right? Come on. I would not eat that, not for $1 million, but I would say I would to, you know, get some laughs from time to time. My word, that is a hideous creature. It's almost like they took like a saber-toothed tiger or like a wolf way back before we started domesticating dogs and just shoved its skull into a fish body and then left it there. That is hideous. That's totally gnarly. That is one of the freakiest things I've seen in a while.
The area of the power station has been circulating online since a while ago. We see an animal looking like a deer or a moose cross the road and hide in the bushes. The weirdest thing is, it's got no head. But maybe it's just an optical illusion.
It's either got a little itsy beansy head, or it's like maybe its head is like turned all the way to one side, so the camera's only catching that one facade, and that's it. I don't know. It seems to be running pretty confidently. It seems to be heading towards those woods with a mission in mind. It's not just a chicken running around with its head cut off. Not that it's a chicken, but you know, it's a turn of phrase. That's wild.
sarcophagus, which was made from 14 million cubic feet of concrete and just over 8,000 tons of metal. Soviet workers known as liquidators assembled the original sarcophagus over the course of 206 days, in shifts lasting 5 to 7 minutes each, because any time longer than that spent near the reactors might just have killed them where they stood. But it's not like the shorter shifts were safe though. Thousands are suspected to have died during the work, with many others being resigned to long, painful, cancer-ridden deaths much later on. The original sarcophagus was built in a hurry and structurally unsound, but it was the only thing keeping incredibly lethal amounts of radiation from being released into the environment.
Holy smokes. That is some high-risk work right there. That's terrifying. I guess like that's kind of like you have to go in as the sacrifice. You kind of understand that your job is to protect everything outside of that gigantic concrete structure, and you may or may not. I mean, let's be real. That may not probably isn't even factored in there. Be putting your life on the line. My goodness, liquidators, eh? Is that like because they get liquidated by the radiation?
It almost feels fitting that Pripyat is full of old broken dolls, so many that there almost seems to be some kind of weird spin-off of The Conjuring being shot there. Wherever you go in Pripyat, it seems like creepy dolls are there to stare at you. They sit on windowsills, they're propped up on skeletal bed frames, they're sprawled out in piles of debris. Some of them are even wearing gas masks to add that extra layer of uncanny horror. While it's certainly tempting to think that everything you see in Pripyat is still pretty much in the same spot where it was left on the day of the evacuation, the truth is that tourists looking for an awesomely creepy keepsake rearranged most of them for the sake of taking spooky photos.
Yeah, dolls, eh? Is that little girl on the balcony a doll? Is that just like a life-size doll? I want to know about that. I'd like to hear the explanation behind that one. Otherwise, like all these baby dolls, like do you think people brought their own baby dolls and put them down? Or do you think that there are that many baby dolls just scattered around after the meltdown? I guess like all the children in town probably had dolls. They're probably a big time, you know. It didn't happen in modern days where everybody had everyone in Russia had their own Transformer and their own He-Man and their own Thundercat.
Smaller villages just plain weren't interested in leaving, radiation or no radiation. Many of these older residents were set in their ways, having previously lived through the threats presented by, and they weren't about to run away from a danger they couldn't even see.
So I should leave now, because of something I cannot see at all? No.
About 1,200 people, known as self-settlers, moved back into the exclusion zone in the months and years following the disaster. Some returned to their homes within a few years, while others only waited a few months. The government objected to the people's presence, but in the face of that kind of determination, what could they really do to stop them?
Yep, I mean, it happens, folks. Just gonna go back anyways. If they're gonna live their lives there, they're gonna live their lives there. It's the same no matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what kind of danger or disease or residual nuclear radiation. They're just gonna go and do what they want to do. You can't tell them to stop. Who are you to tell them to stop? They're just gonna do it anyway. Even if you make all the rules in the world and try to physically restrain them, they're gonna find a way to go and get it done either way. It's just the way people are.
Spray paint. On a number of occasions in the years since Chernobyl's meltdown, graffiti artists have snuck into the exclusion zone to make their marks, leaving eerily beautiful works of art on the abandoned buildings behind them. Some of the most striking graffiti work can be found in Pripyat, where artists painted creepy silhouettes of the town's missing residents. The effect is pretty striking. It's probably not an accident that the silhouettes are eerily similar to the permanent shadows that were left on the walls of Hiroshima after America attacked the city with a nuclear bomb during World War II.
That's wild. I mean, who is more dedicated to their craft than graffiti artists, right? Than freaking taggers and spray painters and whatever other words you want to use to describe people who use aerosolized paint to create works of art on walls. Who is more determined? These folks are going back into the exclusion zone to fire some beautiful and creepy art on the walls.
Building a fairground and carnival that was due to open a mere 2 days after the disaster happened. The creaking, rusted, radioactive Ferris wheel never took a single paying customer, yet still it stands, quietly, creaking in the wind. It's almost as if the amusement park was a part of some grand plan to create the most sinister-looking ruins anywhere in the world. What could better symbolize the tragedy of an abandoned town where thousands of children once lived and played than a disintegrating Ferris wheel, a set of bumper cars overgrown with vines, and the skeleton of a merry-go-round?
That's such a classic image, eh? Just the abandoned fairgrounds. I wonder like how influential that image was on many people like making horror movies in the years past that. Horror movies, horror games, anything. That kind of abandoned fairground vibe, especially with, you know, the invisible threat of radiation. That is something else entirely. That's above and beyond with creepiness. Like, just imagine standing in the middle of it at night and like you think it should be like dead silent, and then all of a sudden you hear like some calliope music. Ooh, boy.
This party leaders have been stored backstage in the community theater, along with old props and equipment. Seats are torn, and decades-old dust sits heavy on the stage. They look sternly resilient as the town crumbles all around them, and walls plastered with disintegrating murals designed to helpfully remind the long-since-vanished population how awesome it is to live under Soviet rule. Like the Soviet Empire itself, everything in Pripyat has fallen apart, and what remains is just a ghostly shadow of something that lives only in the history books.
Classic. Very classic. I don't know if this is like, we're talking about the murals, we're talking about the propaganda itself. I mean, you're definitely going to find all that there. I just wonder what, you know, the next big ruin will look like and what we'll find there, you know? I'm not gonna say it, you know, explicitly, but it seems like, you know, there are some places that are also on fast tracks to becoming abandoned and full of things that you can only find in history books. And it might not be nuclear, but it'll definitely be some other power source that overtaxes the environment.
Chernobyl, visiting an old school is a particularly haunting activity. While you won't stumble upon anything that will make headlines, like a rampaging mutant or a ghost, the overall sense of unease is utterly palpable. Nurseries are littered with dolls that were abandoned in the middle of being played with, left to lay there, limply, their dead eyes staring into the abyss. Toys are scattered all over the schools. Getting a sense of what the children were up to, just as they were gripped by fear and terror, is both haunting and heartbreaking.
Oh my, yeah, that would be awful to go and sift through all the educational materials, all the toys, all the little baby-sized gas masks. Oh boy. And we talked about dolls already a little earlier, but this just kind of brings it all together, right? The fact that these schools at one point were full of children learning, getting ready to go, and then they had to evacuate ASAP.
Were rescued, a lot of animals were left behind. Many died as a result of radiation, but many had a fate far worse than death. Many were mutated beyond all recognition. In particular, it was farm animals, who were left to find themselves exposed to extraordinary levels of radiation. According to ThoughtCo, there was a spike in malformed animals just after the disaster, and again in 1989 and 1990. That's the incredible, horrible name chosen for the uber creepy concrete tomb that crews built around the failed reactor in the mad hope that it would stop leaking radiation or producing deformed farm animals. Cattle, goats, horses and pigs all found themselves mutated.
Yeah, it's like it goes down like generations and generations. Like you're gonna be seeing stuff like that from the fallout for a very long time, and that's just like, it's tragic. It's sad. It seems like just a terrible waste, right? Like just all these things that people had set up for years, and they're ready to go, live their lives, work with their animals, and then all of it just kind of, just cooked, ruined, mutated. Goodness gracious. And that is all the time we have for today, folks. Hopefully you found this as interesting and, haunting as I did. Just a very, very terrible thing that happened. My goodness.
These guys got very lucky when one of them narrowly avoided getting swiped at by a very angry bear.
Oh! Look at it! Look at his claws! Oh! That is terrifying. Oh my god, you can see like how powerful a creature is as it's running. It's like all muscle. That's just all muscle. It probably weighs like 600 pounds, that thing. And then its claws, Massive. One swipe, that's you done. Game over. Like, your face is not the same as it was when you went out on that snowmobile. That face is probably off your face, you know? Face off. Like the movie Face Off.
The long-awaited PlayStation 5 awaits you at home,
PS5.
but instead you get stuck in an elevator all weekend.
What?
The man you're looking at is Nicholas White, and he was trapped in an elevator for 41 hours. He had no food or water, and he had to use the elevator shaft as a restroom. He didn't even have a mobile phone, so I can't imagine how he survived at all. Write in the comments what you would do if you were him.
Okay, so he was trapped in the elevator for 41 hours. His phone didn't work, the emergency button didn't work. Like, there's an emergency button in there that should directly call, like, emergency services. And then he used the elevator shaft as a bathroom. Can't you use the elevator shaft as an exit? Isn't that what the whole thing is? Like, you see in movies where it's like stuck in the elevator, pop the lid up, crawling out, drop down to another floor or something. Is that not that easy? I feel like I would do it. I don't know. I feel like you could just get out. I feel like he didn't try hard enough. Maybe put him in there and see if he can do it again.
A 28-year-old German man, Lars Mittank, was on vacation in Bulgaria when he disappeared. He was last seen on the security camera footage of an airport running away from the medical office and into thin air. He vanishes into thin air as he is seen as if running for his life as far away as he could get. His mother reported that just before disappearing, Mittank had been behaving erratically and showing terrible signs of paranoia. To this day, it's still a mystery why he left like that, leaving his belongings at the medical office.
Okay, I know a lot about this story. Maybe more than I should know. I don't know why. I think I watched like a mini doc on it on YouTube, and then I watched my favorite mystery YouTuber, Bella Fiore, do a whole like 1 hour thing about it. Essentially, yeah, he was on vacation. One of the nights he got into like a fight with a group of guys. One of them punched him and it like really f***ed him up. I think he like had some kind of damage and they think it could have caused like ruptured his ear. And then he was supposed to stay. His friends all left and then he stayed by himself in this country. And then I think he chose to fly home. But many people think he just had like problems after being in a fight, and that was what resulted in him being so erratic and then running away, and now he's never been found. No one knows what's happened to him. He could be alive, just living out there somewhere, or he could be dead. That's scary. Don't get into fights.
A group of fearless girls stood very still while encountering a wild bear so that it would not attack them.
Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my god, I would myself, I would. She's probably herself as well, she's probably peeing as we speak. That would be the scariest experience. Imagine just standing still and a bear's like, what up? Like, what's it doing? Sniffing her, giving her a good sniff, see if it wants to eat her. Ooh. But like they said, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, get down. She ain't fighting back. I would have just punched it square in the jaw. Just kidding. I would have cried. I would have been on the floor. I would have done everything they tell you not to do, like run away. And then it just would have chased me and then I would have died. So I don't like to go anywhere where there's other wildlife. It's just not my place, you know? I know her.
On February 19th, 2013, the body of Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old college student, was found floating in a rooftop water tank at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, California. Medical examiners had started to believe that she had inadvertently drowned in the tank until the security footage outside showed otherwise. It had captured everything that went down that evening. The footage shows Lam conversing with someone who isn't there, and she appears to be frightened and disoriented. The footage elicited more questions than answers, since the questions inflict many theories.
Can I just say, 2013 was just like a bad year. Elisa Lam, Corey Monteith. That's what I remember 2013. I don't even remember my own life in 2013. I just remember Corey Monteith dying. And then Elisa Lam. Not that I should smile about it. Poor Elisa Lam. This video is baffling. I mean, I watched the whole documentary on Netflix about the Cecil Hotel and her death, and it kind of starts to make more sense, but they do blame a lot of it on mental health issues such as bipolar disorder, which I don't think makes a lot of sense to me. I don't understand why she's acting so erratic. I thought drugs were involved, but apparently, no. I think something else went on. A lot of people think paranormal, but I don't know. It makes no sense. It kind of just makes me angry, this whole case. It doesn't make sense. I wish I knew.
This woman was just hanging out by her pool in California, but suddenly a 7-point earthquake started. Her actions? Save the phone! Fortunately, her husband heard the screams and came to her rescue from home.
Get the phone.
He took the phone, and as soon as it was safe, saved his wife from the terrible tsunami
Respect.
waves. Listen how proud he is of himself.
Tsunami waves were coming out of the pool, were hit.
Respect. At the end of the day, gotta save the phone. She was like, save the phone. He was like, don't worry, I got the phone. The phone is safe, now I'll save you. The wife's an afterthought. The phone is what we're worried about here. But all phones are pretty much like water resistant these days. Maybe this is an old clip. I mean, they've got a pool. Why are you caring about the phone? You know? Like, pool often comes with money. In my mind, that's how life works. I wish I had a pool. But I live in an apartment, so it's physically quite impossible.
Rise of a New Year's Eve when a nude man crept into their breezeway wearing a rubber mask of the 40th U.S. President, Ronald Reagan. Yancey's husband was taking the trash out when he caught a glimpse of a shadow in their breezeway. He yelled at him and tried to catch him, making the trespasser creep away. He called 911 and informed them of a nude trespasser. The police tried to look for him, but were not able to find him anywhere around the neighborhood. Some theories were saying that the guy didn't mean any harm, and that it could have been a lost bet, a dare, or just a teenage New Year's Eve party gone out of control.
This is so peculiar. I've got so many questions. I assume it's like some kind of dare, and someone's done it. It's probably like, you know, a university kid, his frat initiation, go nude to someone's home. This seems right. My question is, where the hell do you get a Ronald Reagan mask? And out of all the former presidents, why do you think, the one I want on my face is Reagan? I'd want Abe Lincoln on me, you know?
In June 2019, Vivian Gomez posted a video on Facebook that went viral, not because it was a video of her looking good, but because nobody knew what was caught wandering around her neighborhood. The clip showed an alien-looking creature that strongly resembles Dobby the house elf, a character from the Harry Potter films. The figure has wobbly legs and floppy ears, joyously doing a chicken dance around the neighborhood.
What I love about it is because we all know it's fake now, because it came out that it was like her son had pulled like his pajama pants over his head. But what's still so great about it is the way he moves. Like, I don't think I could even move that way if I tried. Like, it's still strange the way he moves his limbs. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. He's just like, he should be a dancer, to be honest. Like, just the way he goes, like, I can't do that.
It's what the camera captures next that is truly strange. Several white figures begin running along the outside of the fence. Then suddenly, a few of the figures leap over the fence and land motionless on the ground.
They look so big and then so small.
Some viewers have suggested that the strange shapes are actually deer.
Yeah.
However, the way they land after jumping the fence seems to rule this theory out. They appear still and lifeless, almost as if they've deflated.
Almost as if they've deflated. Seems that way. It looks like animals that are running, but the way they jump, that just does not seem real. It seems fake. Like, nothing jumps that way. Like a full sprint and then jump over a fence and then just sit there like you're deceased now. That was very strange. Ghost deer, maybe. Maybe they're ghosts. Could happen.
And getting into the elevator, the cane mysteriously disappears.
What cane?
Just as suddenly as it appeared, blinking out of existence without a trace.
What cane?
Gone. This is certainly a very strange video, and one that can't easily be explained.
Ooh.
What could be responsible for the cane's bizarre movements? Could it be the result of something supernatural? Or is there something else going on?
Oh, for sure supernatural. Canes just don't fly around on their own. This is clearly a hospital. I saw Scrubs, and I know they're called Scrubs because Grey's Anatomy taught me so much. This is the ghost of a deceased man who had a cane, and now he's looking for his cane in the afterlife. Because in the afterlife, you're not just healed, you are the way you were when you died. That's probably not true.
Okay, so there's that dude.
Oh, I've seen this one.
In that red truck. Now go to your camera.
He's really not there.
Oh my god, it's not focusing.
He's walking.
There it goes.
Literally right behind
you
us
guys.
now. He's right by that mailbox and he's not there.
He's not there and the truck is not there. What the What the He's right there.
I like this one. This one's fun. This is like they're living in like some split reality or something, or maybe this man and his truck are like ghost people or like paranormal visitors from somewhere else, or some sort of unexplainable entity that are somehow inextricably linked. But that's I love that. That's wicked. I wonder what the real reason is. I'd say just to test it out, just to see what happens. You know, put the car in reverse and just pedal to the metal and see what happens when you get to the old man. See if he's real or not, you know? If he passes right through the car, or if he doesn't, you gotta know. You gotta find out. Come on.
Scariest video on the dark website PT1.
What is happening?
Alright, going randonauting, and it took us to this park in the middle of nowhere, so let's see what we find. All we see so far is like trees, a bridge. I think we have to go over this bridge, and our location's a little down there.
Who's screaming? Is that the lady that runs? It is. It is.
Oh, what the
And then he just looks up. Whoop.
Should we keep going? What the f? Oh my god, is she following us?
Let's get ready. Boom. Hit the old lady in the face, bro. She runs at you like that, it's a boom, it's a hook. Ah, that's a knockout right there. I know my form is not good, but it's frail. Boom. Just follow through, guys. Always follow through your punches if you have to. Although you shouldn't really get into too many fights, because, you know, getting hit in the head can really mess you up. What was up with the beginning of that video, where it was just the guy standing like this, and then he's like, he does the TikTok voice to text, and then he slaps his phone. Who is this guy? What does he have to do with this video? Is he just like is he the host? He's just standing there like this. I don't know. Please do not go randonauting.
Randonauting. I just went randonauting, and our intention was death.
Yeah, a good one.
We were on our way to the spot, and I look out my window, and there's someone laying in the gutter with their wife literally like on them, holding them. And so I parked in and he got shot. And then she gave me that phone, and I had to call the cops. And Darius was.
I mean, I don't know if that has to do with randonauting. Like, that's tragic. That's like a really like traumatic thing to experience. But I mean, are you sure that the person getting has something to do with your using of an app that just tells you to go places? I don't know. Oh, this is the one that started it all, isn't it? Yeah. This is like what made it go viral. Ooh.
Do you all remember that?
Yeah.
On June 19th, 2020, a group of teens using an app called Randonautica found a suitcase on a beach in Seattle. They would then call 911 when they realized the suitcase might contain a human body, which police would confirm did. Police then found another bag with another human body in it. It was the bodies of 27-year-old Austin Wenner and 35-year-old Jessica Lewis. Based on the autopsies, it's believed they were killed about 9 days prior to them being found. They were both... Turns out they were killed by 62-year-old poor man Santa Claus, Michael Lee Dudley.
I mean, that confirms everything I already thought about landlords. My goodness. Don't pay rent? Gun to the head. What do you mean unwanted criminal activity? You killed somebody. You killed 2 people. That's unwanted criminal activity, you lunatic. My goodness. And this really is the story that started it all. I didn't realize that it went like that. I thought people were like rumoring that it had something to do with like mob activity or something, but it was a landlord deciding that if he didn't get his rent on time, he was going to murder somebody.
So about a year ago, I decided to try out this app called Randonautica. The app sent me to this random location in the middle of the woods, and I quickly found out this was more than just a game. When searching around the location, I heard what sounded like a little kid say, "Help me." Holy! I left as fast as I could because I knew for a fact I was alone in those woods, or so I thought. I went back to this location a few times afterwards and had similar experiences. I also found some really weird things there. Following all of this, I started to notice some things happening around my house. This got worse very quickly, and I came to the conclusion that whatever was at that location followed me home.
See, I feel like this is like a great trailer for a spooky video. I like it. I like the ARG feel, the unfiction kind of feel. I like the idea that it could possibly be interactive as he's uploading things to TikTok. I want to see more of this. I feel like I've talked about this video before and like never got like more details, and maybe it's something I should investigate. All in due time.
I was randonauting out in North Carolina looking for a missing person. Came across this thing buried in. There's a bullet hole there, there's a bullet hole there, couple of bullet holes there, few up there, and all over, and there's some dead maggots. Don't know what's in there.
Hey, first of all, why are you searching for a dead person or a missing person all by yourself in the wilderness? Why are you doing that? That's not smart. You're gonna be the next missing person. Number two, you know, the same as number one. Why are you out there on your own? Why are you not, like, you know, with a search party or contacting some sort of authority? Whatever. But you're also in the wilderness. You're also in North Carolina. Of course there's gonna be a bunch of stuff riddled with bullet holes. I don't know. I'm being very skeptical with you randonauting individuals. I just feel like the whole creepy walk in the woods, you know, and it's spooky because it's randonaut. Like, I don't know if I buy it all the time. Work a little harder to scare me.
Guys, I'm freaking the f out. I tried to use the Randonautica app for a second time, and this old abandoned house is literally the location that it led me to. I wasn't that freaked out when I was inside because my sister was waiting outside for me. This room was really hard to walk through. There was tons of overturned furniture and broken glass on the ground. Then I get into this bedroom. Look, there's a noose hanging from the ceiling. I literally didn't even notice until I left, and I was rewatching the footage. I was like filming the gas can or whatever that is on the bed, and I was like, wait, what is that on the ceiling right there? Why was there a noose hanging? Someone please give me answers.
Well, there really is only one reason for a noose to be hanging there, and it's probably because somebody had the intention of being put into that noose, whether putting somebody else or themselves. But hey, that's just my explanation. I don't know if that's really the truth. Maybe it's just a creepy prop. Somebody else had the same idea as you and they wanted to spook the next person who came by this abandoned house. The same thing, eh? So my friends and I decided to try the Randonautica app, and we walked around our town. There's a sheep. Great work, everybody. We found a skull. Even smaller skull. Good job, guys. You found some animal skulls in the woods. I'm so proud of you. 2 thumbs up. I'm so scared right now. I'm gonna start crying. Thanks, guys. Oh, the classic Randonaut sound, eh? What is that, a tarot card?
I have a hole. Took us to this place. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? What if they have guns?
What if they have guns?
That's creepy.
What's going on here? I just feel like these randonauting videos are always so like unhinged. Like the people doing them are like freaked out by whatever they're doing, but no one else knows what the heck is going on. I guess it's pretty creepy. They went to a rocky beach and the phone started glitching. The whole thing with the men in the boats? What's that about? There's just guys in a boat. They're on the water. What do you want from them? You want them not to be anywhere near you at all times? I don't know, man. What if they did have... It's a good question. At least you got rocks.
Gosh. Oh my
Me and my
gosh.
friends
Oh my
tried
gosh.
randonauting with the intention
We're
forgotten. Is that an intention? To forget? Oh, it's glitching. What is this? This is some like off-brand Marble Hornets glitches going on here. Are those deers? Is there supposed to be noise? Okay, yeah. Watch out. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a forgotten sign, you know? The sign they neglected to chop away the foliage that would let you actually read what it had to say. I liked the glitches. It was a good touch, even though it was kind of like a cheesy little glitch, you know? Maybe like they purchased like the glitch pack from a video editing filter pack or something. I don't know.
Julie, my door just opened. What? No, stop.
Ooh.
What the?
See, I want to vibe with that PlayStation 4 menu sound.
Not even that late. Kevin's not home from work yet. What? Oh my god. What the?
How many doors do you have? Oh. How many doors do you have? Why do you have that many doors? Oh my goodness gracious. That dog was just like a deer in headlights. That was it. The dog was just... That's it. My god. I was literally just trying to vibe with that PlayStation 4 main menu. You know, just listen to the calming, soothing, and beautiful sounds. But no, this ghost, demon, poltergeist, freaking paranormal activity nonsense had to go with the door. With every door, multiple doors, slamming them, opening them, shutting them, and it just seemed like every door you looked at just became part of this ridiculous cacophony. And you know, it is freaky. It's definitely freaky. And in the moment, it would be scary as heck. But I mean, watching it now, like it's almost comical.
And the lights are off. They were on. Oh, and they're on now. Am I crazy, or is that somebody standing there? I don't... Do y'all see that?
Oh.
Do y'all see that? I was terrified. And then to find out that no one's there, then I was even more scared than anything.
Get a new job! Quit your job, go somewhere else! Yeah, that's absolutely terrifying. Whether or not that was a person, like it could be a person that got away before the police showed up, but like that's still scary that somebody came into your empty call center after hours and was just like vibing in the doorway, just like looking at you. That's scream. That was a real scream. You don't scream like that unless like something really catches you off guard. So, good luck to this call center employee. I hope she's found, you know, gainful employment away from this absolute nightmare zone. Real or fake part 3. You see this, what you're doing? Who is that?
This time, even more boldly.
Jesus, dude.
Jesus, dude. Is that?
Before again, disappearing. And there was more.
That's sick. That cat was absolutely holding down the fort. Yeah, that was freaky. I thought it, like from the shape of the door, I thought it was like a closet for a second, but no, it's just how the house is built. That is a freaky, grudge-like apparition. It caused the door to slam too. I don't know what I would do, to be honest, if I saw something like that. The footage you're about to see is terrifying. Watch carefully. I hate this already. Is this proof ghosts are real? Oh, the teddy moves too, eh? Just looking right at the camera. Watch the teddy bear. I did watch the teddy bear. What do you mean watch the teddy bear? Nah, I hate this now. This is a fake. I'm telling you right now. Just from the way it's shot, from the weird high wide angle and the terrible captions. This feels to me like one of those videos where somebody makes an awful meal. But the whole time the person behind the camera is saying, wow, this looks great. Oh, wow, really cool. You're putting ketchup in that ice cream? That's the vibes I'm getting here. This one, like more than anything else we've watched today, is 100% fake. Couple in Malaysia found a 6'5" creature slithering out of their toilet. It's a poop monster.
This thing is thick, big around. I mean, as thick as a boa constrictor. Yet it's got this tiny little head. And it doesn't move like a snake. If anything, it's more like a giant sea slug or something. I mean, whatever it is, I wouldn't want to be sitting on that toilet when it decides to make its appearance.
I like that. I like that we're reacting to this guy reacting. I like that I said poop monster and the first thing you hear is, it's thick! I don't know if it was crawling out of the toilet. I think it went down and then kind of maybe made a U-turn. I'd be asking the people in the house like what they've been eating lately, if they've been recently cursed by something, you know? Watch the empty Snapple bottle. Put it in the recycling, why don't you? Babe. Yeah, put that in the recycling, you don't get problems like that, right? Don't just leave your empty Snapple bottles on the kitchen counter, you know? What if somebody wants to come in and like cook something nice and then they gotta clean up the kitchen before they even get to start cutting, you know? They're like, oh, I'd like to dice an onion right now, but there's no counter space because of all these haunted Snapple bottles.
It's Clipper time.
It's Clipper time.
Do we keep the beard? Or do we go for do we have a shave like on here? Do we go for full Bronson tash?
What we're seeing is an accidental capture, which is my favorite. You know that it's not manipulated. You know that it's not movie magic. Nobody's trying to make it happen. It just happens.
The fact that it's a doll? No, thank you.
I mean, you could say that. You can say that there's no movie magic, no nothing, but I mean, I think you're underestimating people's ability to think a couple steps ahead, you know? Like, this guy is gonna shave his head, yes, and then the doll moves. Did he set that up? We can't prove anything, but I feel like saying like, oh, it's impossible to be skeptical of this because it's an accidental capture. I don't know. Plus, that doll's on a weird pedestal, eh? Like, I feel like it's not a pedestal that is like conducive to keeping something totally not moving.
Celebrity Ghost Caught on Camera, Part 2. This time we have Michael Jackson. Shortly after Michael Jackson's death, they videotaped inside his house and captured this. What do you think?
I mean, this is part of the reason why I don't see stuff like this on TikTok all the time. It's just it's so funny the way that they like deliver it. Like the fact that she like the beginning of the video is just her face, and then she shows a picture of Michael Jackson and just peeks in. Just hold on, let me get off camera for a second here. She's like, hi. I don't know, man. Like, obviously the footage is great. Like, that's an interesting clip, and I think we've even talked about it on this channel before. But the fact that that's how they frame it just makes me not want to take it seriously at all. I guess that's what I do, right? Like, I'm sitting here like looking at these clips, but at least like I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm being a little more upfront with the audience. I'm being a little more skeptical, not just standing there and then here's my face in case you forgot. Adventurer Abdullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم شوف لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
How are we gonna do this one? I don't know. That first door was freaking me out. I don't know why. Like the bang seemed like it wasn't like in sync with the actual motion of this enormous door, but it was loud, it was cacophonous, and it just kept happening. I feel like the guy yelling stressed me out more than anything, just like how quickly he was speaking. I was about to sleep, then this.
Computer's off. That phone is off. ¿Y si oyeron lo que se oía?
Oh, you turn off the lights.
Like everything is off in here too. The kitchen. La idea está abierta porque la dejé abierta.
Nice couch Gatorade. He just hangs out there. Huh. I'm honestly more curious about the couch Gatorade. I want to know why a full bottle of yellow Gatorade is just sitting on the far right side of the couch as if it like lives there or something. That's just your roommate, right? Is it warm? Is it straight out of the fridge? What's going on with that? I need to know, okay? The TV or the radio turning on in the background doesn't concern me all that much. It's the couch Gatorade.
Hell, no! Damn it. I don't even know what happened. I just got really cocky there. I was like, yeah, and then, it just didn't go well. So, well done, Central Dark. It's, three me, 1 Central Dark. Oh, wow, okay. I didn't scream though, did I? Oh, it's gonna jump. It's fine. Get it together. You're good. Here we go. What the hell is that? Have you not seen it? Is that a person?
Is
that a woman? Don't jump out at me again. Don't. Mother. Does that count? Chris? Okay, it didn't scream. Compared to my first day on the job, I was like, ah! And like, Lizzie was like, you're gonna piss off the neighbors. Yeah, there's someone behind that screen, just so you know. Mon Dieu. Okay. So that one almost got me, because you know the jumps get me. No, it's already scary. Wow! Didn't scream. Didn't do it. But I did go, Does that count? I don't know. Anyways, that would piss me off though. I would just like, I can't say slap. Already did. I would slap that ghost. You know, I throw some powder on him and just go, because that's how that works.
Ghost light is on.
Ghost light is on.
No one in here. Hello. Okay.
Noise in the balcony. Oh, it's a theater. Cool.
although it can only be seen for a couple of seconds. If you look at the top balcony, you can see what appears to be two ghosts standing there while Bailey films from a distance.
Oh, my stomach just went in my chest. Like, I was like, because I kind of saw it too. That's so creepy. And actually, there's a haunted theater in London, Ontario that has like a similar story. There's my friend used to work there and she said it was definitely haunted. So I don't know what it is about theaters, but when they're just dead silent, it's the creepiest place to be because they just carry something in there. Where are you on? Oh, it's a highway, okay.
Apparently they saw a police car in the distance that, after a few seconds, just vanished.
I didn't see anything. Go back. Play it again. That just looked like a light on the side of the road. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? That's the scariest part about this video. Well, that's one sneaky police officer, if I'm being honest. They are sneaky though, because they always just hide in that little brush and expect you to just go, and they're like, ooh. And it's always that one time where you're just coming off the highway and you're just still at like 90 and it's like a 70 zone. And you're like, you're gonna book me for that? I have never been booked. That's because I barely have to drive because I live in Toronto. But come on.
Kiss? It's not a kiss. Come on, kiss.
She tried.
That was so not what I expected. That was such a strange experience because I was expecting it to be like Alfred Hitchcock Birds and then it was Annabelle very quickly, but you know what? Didn't scream. Did you?
Because I want to prove to you guys that it's actually real.
What you proving to me? Stay loose. It's good.
Turn the light on, Hinty. There's nothing.
There's a skull. There's a skull chilling. What was it?
What? There's nothing. What? I clearly saw a shadow. Yes.
Can
Mother
you see
of-
the shadow standing right in front of their bed?
What? Oh. Dang, man. Every time I think I know who I am, this channel just gives me an existential crisis. Oh, what is real? What isn't? How much time do these people have to edit these videos? Are they real? Are they fake? Who knows? Okay. Okay, stay loose. Stay loose. I'm loose. I'm loose.
What is that, firewood?
Shots fired. Oh, I'm good. Hey, there we go. We're fine. Dark forest? No, wasn't what I expected. It was. It's fine. If it was like a scream or something, I think it would have gotten me. But it was, and I don't know why Why am I not afraid of? Because of all the movies I watch? Maybe because I lived in North York for a while. It was always like fireworks or.
The lights are upstairs, so we really
no.
can't keep messing with the lights right now.
Just dance.
Alright. I'm gonna head upstairs now, I guess. Oh. Upstairs. I'm gonna go first.
It's gonna be a jump scare. Tits.
Holy door just shut by itself. I hope I got that actually. Oh, I should
Stay loose. Stay loose.
Nice. Time. Got it.
Stay loose. Stay loose.
Holy.
Stay loose.
Cody. Holy sh. Okay. Holy. At least you didn't slam that door.
I just get so anxious with the anticipation. Like I thought that was gonna be a jump scare, but it wasn't. Thank God. Oh God. God, God. Okay, that's fine. But I love how it just got lower and lower. I goes like, bye. It's fine. Ooh, do a squat. Here we go. Ooh, don't be scared. Just work out. Don't be scared. Do a squat.